takes is one look around the crowd to know it's finally race day. The atmosphere at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is incredible. Personally, I think we're in for a brilliant race. It's a tricky circuit to tackle in wet conditions, with top speed still of critical importance down the long back straight. There are 2.7 miles and 14 corners overall on a circuit that in the dry can see average lap speeds of around 130 miles per hour. We'll be lucky to get anywhere near that today.
What's going on, guys? Beasts and Dragons here, and welcome to round 3 of the co-op My Team career mode on F1 2020. We are here in Canada for the Canadian Grand Prix.
Well, as you can see on your screen right now, it's not a Mercedes front row like how Max Verstappen managed to get it up to second place, just like the split screen championship in Canada. But as you can see also, Beasts managed to get us up to P3 and I was in P5, just only 2/10 off you.
Yeah, so it was quite a very successful qualifying for us, but in the race, it is raining, and it doesn't look to stay for long, as you can see on the top of your screen. But that's not really too accurate, so it's interesting to see how long the rain is. We're actually scheduled to go the entire race on these intermediate tyres.
Yeah, I've done plenty of wet races in Canada, and that isn't a good thing. But luckily the rain will not be here to stick around, so let's hope for a good Canadian Grand Prix. We are revving up now to 5 red lights in Canada.
And we are underway for round 3 of the co-op My Team career mode, and it's a good start from us in 3rd place. We are looking to get side by side with Max Verstappen into turn 1. We almost made contact, but I think we managed to stick it around the outside. We try to stick it around the outside of the Red Bull. We almost lose it on the exit, and we almost go straight into the barriers, and that allows Valtteri Bottas to overtake us for 3rd place. It's not been a good start for us at all.
Well, that's exactly what we didn't need, as I think there was actually a bit of contact between me and you. I have to go around you there. You've had a poor start.
I think we just have no grip whatsoever. As you can see again, we've snapped, we're literally fighting with the car at the start of this Grand Prix. Albon is through as well. We have gone from 3rd to 6th in the first couple of corners of this Grand Prix.
Well, that is something you don't see every day. Normally you're really good at starts, but this has been the epitome of an awful start. And now none of us are on the podium here at this so far in this race.
Well, Lewis Hamilton did get pole position in this Grand Prix, and I think he's already running away with it as he looks to get his 7th championship. The reigning champion Valtteri Bottas is up into the podium places. We've got yellow flags behind us for some reason, but we have to move on. We have to somehow fight back from that disastrous start, and it starts by overtaking Alex Albon into the chicane near the famous World Champions. We can't get the move done. It's such a terrible start for us at the end of this first lap.
Well, that is absolutely a shame, but here you go again. You're making it look really easy to go down the inside of Alex Albon. This should be the move. It'll turn to the outside line, and hopefully you will not survive like a grip here.
Well, we're trying to make sure that we're careful on the throttle this time. We did make a bit of contact, but we have squeezed our way past the tie Brit up in a 5th place.
Well, that's a good move there. I'm skidding my way through, trying to just about keep up with Valtteri Bottas. You know, it is really tricky to overtake in the wet conditions.
It is.
Back already here at the start of lap 5, and the rain has disappeared.
Well, it's stopped raining on our screen, so that means the conditions will definitely be bound to improve in the next few months. And Dragons getting all squirmy at turn 5. Incredible save.
I was panicking there. I was going to go straight off the circuit, and the little time I did gain on the Mercedes is kind of gone. But you know what? It's just nice to still be in a good position.
Drive out the corner in these drying conditions.
It wasn't the greatest exit in the world. I think I'll have to probably stay behind for now. I've got quite a high downforce setup, so it's quite important that I save my airs.
Yeah, it is. The straight line speed matters, and they're coming into the pits.
Well, I'm definitely going to follow suit. We do not want to end up losing out to them. You're going to have to stay out now. DRS is now enabled, and it's a double stack for Mercedes.
Bottas has definitely lost out. It's a double stack. We inherit the lead. For the time being, it is lap 7. We've only completed a 3rd of this Grand Prix, and it's already unraveling for Mercedes. 2.5 second stop. and it looks like they're ahead of the Mercedes.
Absolutely, and that's the quickest pit stop I've had in this team so far. So finally they're putting some effort in for me. But now I'm up to, well, what is a net third place by doing absolutely nothing. So now it's that time for you to come into the pits. It's a good thing we didn't double stack. We would have lost more time there.
We definitely would have, so I think we've made a good choice staying out. We've only a 10th down on our personal best in the middle sector, but there's a Mercedes right behind us, so definitely one of them has lost out.
Absolutely. Of course it's Bottas who will lose out. I mean,
We've got a reliability problem. DRS is stuck. It's stuck. We can't open it.
that is...
DRS has just been enabled.
Are you kidding me?
What a great kick in the teeth. Meanwhile, for us, medium tyres going on. We are going to be losing a couple of places. Ricciardo has set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And unfortunately for us, we are behind Ricciardo and Albon.
Well, that's a surprise. Didn't they do the double stack, like Mercedes?
I'm pretty sure they did, but it doesn't really matter. We're down to 7th place. Dragons is now waving the flag for us in 3rd place with a chance to score our first podium.
I don't know, man. I mean, that Bottas right there is really... He's probably really fuming now. But I'll do my best to defend and try not to get a corner cut penalty. You're going to have to do your best and try and gain as many positions as you can.
We've got 10 laps to go, so we've still got some time left, and Bottas is definitely wasting little time. Looking to pass Dragons going into the hairpin. Who's going to be in front? Dragons locks up, but I think he's just about stayed ahead of the Mercedes.
Yeah, I just don't really feel the grip so far, and I've got quite a hard downforce up, so that is going to definitely kick me in the teeth, as you said earlier. But I think I might just be able to stay ahead. Going into the chicane, yep, thankfully no collision there.
Well, we've got a Mercedes-powered engine, so that's definitely helping us out here.
Absolutely. But Bottas is all over the back of my car here. He really wants to have a go.
Bottas is desperate to get through. Remember, Hamilton has won 2 out of both races so far, and he's on the verge of making it a hat-trick in a row as we've just passed 8 laps. It's only been 8 laps, Dragons.
Dear God, we've still got another 10 laps to go, including this one. And I've got to try and hold off the Mercedes. It was tricky for you to hold off a Red Bull. But now that we're with the Mercedes, this is going to be quite a tricky task. All over the back of me, Valtteri Bottas. He has the inside line. I dip a wheel into the grass. I'm going to try and hold it all the way around the outside. And oh, we just about made contact there. But I got a good exit. We're both going to be using the ERS on the straight. No, he isn't using the ERS yet.
Well, Bottas has got DRS after being behind you at the detection point. You're going to be side by side again going into the chicane. Dragons again hangs on to 3rd place.
Bottas is giving it absolutely everything, and I'm defending with my life right now. While I'm defending, you are going to be trying to attacking Alex Albon.
We've just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so we've definitely come alive in the second half of the Grand Prix. We have passed half distance. We've still got 9 laps to go, and anything can still happen here.
Absolutely, as I nearly hit the wall there. A bit of damage is definitely going to destroy my chances of a podium.
Yeah, well, so Dragons is doing really well. Credit to you, Dragons, for fending off the reigning champion, Valtteri Bottas, as he looks to get his season underway. Can he pass you this time?
Oh, I've just remembered what happened last season in the Split Screen Championship with Giovinazzi. I try my best not to cut the corner there. It is very easy to when you're offline.
The end of lap 10 in this Canadian Grand Prix, and now we have finally caught up to Alex Albon after spending a good 3 laps behind him. We're not too happy about it. We storm our way through. DRS is back online for us, and we are up into 6th place as we look to make up for a disastrous start to the Grand Prix. Next on our list is Daniel Ricciardo, and we set another fastest
lap 12 of the race, and I'm starting to slightly pull away from Valtteri Bottas.
And that's great news because we need that podium, because we just missed out in the short Bahrain Grand Prix.
Sakir Grand Prix, but I've actually managed to get into the 1 minute 11s, and with that, with a little bit less pressure, I'm able to slightly find a bit of pace.
Well, meanwhile, behind you, Dragons, here we are in 6th place, looking to make it 5th place, as Daniel Ricciardo is definitely next on our hit list. We've gathered a wave of momentum since pitting for medium tyres, and now we have to get past the Australian.
Absolutely. Just be careful there, because you're now going to be into P5, the top 5, if you make this move. So just try and be careful and try not to lose any points here.
Well, I'll try not to, and that's the last thing we need to do is make contact or have our DRS fail again. We've got a bit wide through this corner, and that might jeopardise us through the entire third sector.
Absolutely, but meanwhile now I needed a good exit. It was an okay exit from me, and Bottas again, just like behind Verstappen, just a little bit too far to even make a move here.
Well, meanwhile, behind you, here we are looking to make a move on Daniel Ricciardo. Rich Mix flowing DRS and ERS through the Mercedes-powered engine. We're not close enough, but we're definitely a lot closer to Ricciardo through the chicane, near the famous Wall of Champions. And we're going to try again. This time, it's towards turn 1. We did this move on Albon earlier in the Grand Prix, but again, we just can't get past Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah, Ricciardo's probably using a lot of energy there as you make contact with his rear end, but you just gotta be patient and try not to get some damage, and maybe you can help me out with Valtteri Bottas.
I hope so, because we need all the points we can get. It's been a decent first 2 rounds for us, and it would be brilliant if we can get that podium. So Dragons, try and hang on, man.
Absolutely, I'm doing my best here. I did not have the best last lap time there, but only 4 laps to go after this one. Not long left in the Canadian Grand Prix.
So here we are on lap 14. We've got 5 laps to go, and now we're finally gonna make the move on Daniel Ricciardo down the inside into turn 1. We're not gonna give him much room on the outside, and we're back in the top 5.
That is absolutely awesome driving from you there. It's good to see that you found some pace on the medium tyres. But now, 5 laps to go, not long left. We just need to hang on. I'm starting to panic here, because Bottas is all over me again.
Well, we need to make sure we can aid our teammate here to get as many points as possible and get the maiden podium, but we've lost it completely!
No!
We've hit the wall! Oh no, it's gone all wrong! At the closing stage of the Grand Prix, Ricciardo and Albon will go sailing past us. We've damaged our front wing, and that is an absolute calamity.
That is a massive shame. I was calling on you for help this entire race. I thought I was going to get some, and now you've absolutely gotten damage. Don't believe it, and now it's all on me to try and keep the podium.
Well, I think we might still be able to get points, but I don't think it will be many. But that has completely destroyed our charge through the field. We're going to have to pit again, and that'll be the second time we're pitting. Here we go, in the pit lane, and yep, there we go. We have lost a good haul of points here today, to say the least. We've still got 3 laps to go. Anything can still happen. Dragons has to fend it on his own, waving the flag for B&D Racing. And meanwhile for us, it is going to be a long pit stop, repairing the front wing.
Absolutely. I'm kind of questioning the decision to try and pit. You did have a good gap behind. You could have maybe just stayed out and tried to deal with the damage, however disappointing. But at least now you can go for the fastest lap that you already have. But 1 lap to go. We all know who's going to win the race. We all know who's going to finish second. Now, it's all about that final podium slot, as I nearly go into the wall again, which would have destroyed my front wing, I'm sure.
Yeah, it would have destroyed that right-hand player, but we've got 1 to go in this Canadian Grand Prix. It's definitely been chaotic. It's definitely been intense. And we all know who's going to finish first and second, but we don't know who's going to finish third in this Canadian Grand Prix.
Well, absolutely, I'm struggling with the chicanes. The high-speed chicanes are really difficult, especially with damage to my car. And Valtteri Bottas is going to be sniffing up this podium place now.
Well, Dragons didn't get a good run out of turn 7. Bottas has definitely got another opportunity to pass you here.
Yeah, but luckily I was able to use some errs to try and stay ahead. And it's not a corner cut. I'm absolutely panicking. We need to hold on for just 3 more corners now.
3 corners left. You've gone defensive in the hairpin. Bottas is looking for it. You've gone wide as well. You've gone very wide, and that is not a good drive out of the hairpin. Meanwhile, Hamilton has won his 3rd in a row. Lewis Hamilton is on a roll this season. And Bottas, you've run out of words, and Bottas is through.
I'm going to try and send it into the hairpin. We were side by side. I'm just about staying ahead. And we're going to cross the line in a relieving P3.
Dragon scores our first podium in Formula 1. What a moment for B&D Racing. He fends off Bottas, Ricciardo and Albon, and he gets a well-deserved podium. Meanwhile, his teammate is coming through to finish in a very disappointing 13th, but what a race. What a Canadian Grand Prix, and what a moment for B&D Racing. Here are your full race results for today's Canadian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton has won his 3rd race in a row.
And he's absolutely dominated. Meanwhile, it was such a battle. It was such a fight. And somehow, somehow my fastest lap was quicker than Bottas's lap.
Well, Dragon, that says a lot about Valtteri Bottas. I mean, he gets done by George Russell in real life, and now he can't even pass Dragons.
Meanwhile, Gasly scores more points than he actually did in Split Screen Championship. And Leclerc scores Ferrari's first points of the season.
A good job from Leclerc to drag that Fiat of a Ferrari. My controller has died again. So that's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it actually did die off camera, and we thought the podium scene actually skipped, but it did not skip, thankfully. We were still able to get it on the video, but that is the end of today's video, guys.
Feel free to like, comment, follow, subscribe for more Formula 1 content coming your way. And there you go, my controller's alive now. But follow us at Official B&D, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video, like the video, and I don't know how to do an outro anymore, Dragons. I don't really know what I'm saying. But what a race it has been in Canada. The dynamic conditions never fail to entertain here on this game. But we'll see you later for round 4. Goodbye.